So there's a video of Jim Jones in the Gucci store.
We've been in Gucci for about an hour, and we in Gucci in the VIP. Since we came in here having nobody came and showed us no courtesy, no amenities, no nothing, period. Not even a drink of water. I still ain't get no sparkling water. I still ain't get no champagne. I still ain't get nothing.
Before I continue forward, I am a Jim Jones fan. I'm a fan of his music, Dipset fan. What I have to say is no disrespect to Jim Jones whatsoever. Now, I myself have I don't think I've ever stepped into a Gucci store in my life. I make decent money. I've been practicing law for well over a decade. I have my own business. I'm an entrepreneur. So I make decent money, but I don't make Jim Jones money. And I really could not see myself ever spending $500, $1,000 on just a t-shirt. That's just not the way I see things. No matter how much money I ultimately amass, I just really couldn't see myself spending that on a t-shirt, but that's just me. So anyhow, Jim Jones obviously has the wealth and the income to be able to support those type of buying habits, and he can shop wherever it is that he wants to shop. But for him to have been disrespected in that way and feel like it's because he's black, he doesn't fit the profile of what Gucci believes should be shopping in their store, whatever the reason was, it upsets me that he feels like he should still spend money where he's not being respected. This goes beyond just Jim Jones, because you see these issues time and time again, whether it's sitting down at a restaurant, whether it's buying clothes at high-end stores, or it's these fashion houses putting out clothes with designs that are disrespectful to black people, with messages that are disrespectful to black people. And yet black people, we're still supporting these businesses. And I really don't get it. Like for companies that go out of their way to show that they don't mess with us, like what are we doing continuing to support these businesses? As a rapper and as someone who's had such a amazing career that Jim Jones has, and his influence in terms of his swagger as a dude from Harlem, Jim Jones could go out and find one of the dopest up and coming designers and do a collab, whether it starts out an employer-employee relationship or eventually became a partnership, and came out with fire designs and ultimately rolled that stuff out in videos, Instagram, or social media, on Facebook, wherever you want. They can literally create their own wave. The history of blacks in America, we've been dealing with stuff in terms of not being able to sit down at lunch counters, at not being able to drink from certain fountains, at not being able to dine at certain restaurants, and not being able to stay at certain hotels. You could be the performing act and you couldn't come in through the front door. You had to enter through the back door. You know what I mean? All these different things that we've been subjected to. And so it's really no surprise that there are still some of the old guard, or some of those thoughts have been passed down to future generations. And of course, there should be no discrimination upon race or any other characteristics. But at the end of the day, I just think these rappers, these entertainers, high net worth black people who have the disposable income and resources to consume higher end goods, at what cost do you decide, listen, I'm gonna drop 5 figures, 6 figures on some clothes at a place that doesn't even have the decency to respect the fact that I'm spending money in their establishment? It's just something to think about. It really is. Shout out to Kanye West for having his own line. And that level of entrepreneurship is not for everybody, but it's something to think about. Where, you know, I just heard that line in the Yeezy track where he's saying, I'll wear these Yeezy boots even in the shower. So you can create your own wave. You can create your own products. You don't have to cater to these companies who don't want to mess with us. So that's it. What are your thoughts on this whole situation? Let me know in the comments below. Peace out.